In this video, I will be answering the question, how effective is the combination of your main product and ancillary texts? In other words, how have I created synergy between my documentary, double page spread and radio advert? To begin with, synergy has been created across my three products in terms of the production company used. The documentary will air on BBC One, the radio advert will be broadcasted on BBC Radio 1, and their double page spread will be listed in the Radio Times. Each of the companies exhibiting my product are owned by the conglomerate BBC, therefore vertical integration will take place across the three. BBC One, BBC Radio 1 and Radio Times all have a similar demographic, therefore by using companies that are owned by the same conglomerate, my aim is to reach a similar target audience with each product. The primary target audience for my main product and its ancillary texts is young people/teenagers, as they are the predominant users of social media, and the secondary target audience is adults/the parents of social media users. Synergy is further created here as the primary and secondary audiences remain the same across all three products. I wanted to reach these two particular social groups in order to raise their awareness on the psychological harms of social media, as it is young people themselves that are most effective and then their parents have to witness the consequences. Since the majority of young people love their mobile phones and social media, I wanted to enforce a countertype in each of my products that would help revert this obsession and promote an alternate negative perspective on social media. I aim to achieve this through the encoded message in my products, which was that social media is very harmful. Although I initially posed the open-ended question, what are the effects of social media, enabling the possibility for either positive or negative responses, I mediated my products along the way in order to portray social media as entirely harmful. I did this by retrieving the Vox Pops and expert interviews for my documentary, which were objective, and then went through them to search for only negative responses that I would then include in my documentary. Once the mediated Vox Pops and interviews had been selected, quotes from them were included in the radio advert, such as,
"It does inspire a certain amount of dissatisfaction,"
which was also therefore mediated, along with a double page spread, which included statistics that infer the harm of social media, including 81% of parents think social media is to blame for why children are more susceptible to mental health issues. I think I was successful in mediating my products, and I see no reason as to why my audience wouldn't take my product's preferred reading and agree that social media is psychologically harmful. Having said this, I could also understand if a negotiated or oppositional reading was taken, questioning the lack of opposing opinions and content to portray the positives of social media. Overall, I believe I was successful in keeping the genre and narrative consistent across all three products. The purpose of the documentary was clear. The documentary and double page spread both stated that I would be investigating as a presenter.
We're at the Solihull Sixth Form College to investigate the psychological effects of social media on young people.
I used many of the same conventions across the main product and ancillary texts, including statistics, expert interviews, and listing the title of the documentary, of course. Obviously, there are conventions that could not be consistent across the three products due to their different formats. For example, music was used in the documentary and radio advert, but not double page spread, since it is a PDF format that does not support audio.